Day two of the 10-day marathon in this World Cup preview caravan, and we move on to a team who have been given the title of the underachievers, so to say. They came into the World Cup in 2015, made their debut, had not played before that, and then played an edition of 2019. Afghanistan came into the reckoning via IPL. Yes, as you can see on top, we're talking about Afghanistan today. And as I was saying, they came into reckoning via the IPL to the Indian public, to the world, by the name of Rashid Khan, who put the country on the map. And then we saw Mujibur Rahman, Mohammad Nabi, Noor Ahmed now are a part of the IPL. And their team has also built a very good core after that 2015-2019 World Cup. You had the likes of Daulat Zadran, Shafur Zadran, Samiullah Shinwari, all those names come to mind when we talk about Afghanistan. And it's team that plays to the potential and recently has not closed out the games that they should have won. We'll talk more into that. Preetham, what are your expectations from this? You can say dangerous side, dark horses of the World Cup, if you want to say. Maybe Afghanistan is the right team to tell.
Definitely, they are. They should be somebody, a team that should be looked out for, because not just because if you look into the ICC rankings, they shouldn't be judged, and also not because of the Asia Cup performance. Yes, they have some things, just like Bangladesh. They have bits and pieces, things that needs to be looked into, but also looking into the fixtures, looking into Indian conditions, which favors a lot of spin in some conditions. If they have good venues, we will definitely come to them and see if they have venues that suits them or not. If they do, then I think they should capitalize on them. They are a team that would love to bat first, score something around 220 to 250, and then go all guns blazing with the spin attack. So yes, they are a team that will definitely love playing in Indian conditions.
Yeah, and our guest today, well, he's from a place where Afghanistan are going to play a couple of matches, and it's been a while that he's been on the show. But the very knowledgeable Shankar sir, welcome back to the show. Long time no see, sir. Expectations from the World Cup, excited, and expectations from Afghanistan this time around.
Yeah, yeah. Good evening, Preetham and Aryan. Yeah, I'm really excited for this World Cup, and I'm hoping that it will be a closely fought game till the end.
So, Preetham, I think we can kick
Yeah,
off with
definitely.
the presentation today.
Yeah, we'll not wait much. We'll definitely kickstart the proceedings for today. And it's nothing other than looking at the first picture. It's the squad of the Afghanistan side. We'll talk about the whole squad, a late inclusion of a player that most of the Indian players will definitely be keen to look into that. The 15th player in the squad. We'll not go to politics or banters, but Shankar sir, talking about the top order, which is the top line of the squad. You see how important it's Ramanullah Gurbaz having that. Uh, he's having that domestic kind of a flair in him. Has the domestic experience as well. Ramanullah Gurbaz giving a good start to the opposition, be it a T20, be it an ODI. Him being the wicketkeeper batsman, how is important is his role at the top.
See, whenever Afghanistan have won, their openers have given them a solid start. So it's important that Gurbaz and Ibrahim Zadran give them a good start in this World Cup too, because their weak link is their batting. Actually, compared to the bowling, I will say the weak link is their batting. But they have got enough batters to put up a decent score and enable the bowlers to take up the wickets later on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, agreed. And we'll come to the bowling. And this bowling attack is as potent as any in this tournament. Nabi, Mujib, Rashid, yes, but Shankar sir, I'll bring you to a player who is not used in this 11, which I would like to see being used in this 11 a lot. Is Noor Ahmed. He's proven his mettle in the IPL. So, do you think that Afghanistan will take a punt and go in with four spinning options on tracks that are not spin friendly? I mean, they've got some venues. We'll look into that later. But say at Dharamshala, they're opening their campaign. So, do you see Afghanistan taking a punt with four spinning options?
I don't think so. They'll go with four spinners in Dharamshala. Dharamshala usually suits the medium pacers and the fast bowlers.
Seamers.
I think in the tracks at Chennai and Delhi and Lucknow, I think so. They'll go around with. They can go with four bowlers, four
Mhm.
spinners.
Yeah,
So if you're
exactly.
going with four spinners, which means that you are maximum because you do not have a seamer all rounder. I'm very surprised to see no Gulbuddin Naib in this side. He was the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
that
yeah.
was a
That's
standout
really
performer
disappointing.
with the
Yeah,
ball. With the ball in the Asia Cup, he was a standout performer. But like if you're playing four spinners on a condition like Chennai or Lucknow or Delhi, we'll definitely come to that. But your only seamer then has to be Fazal Al Faruqi. So who do you see as a dead bowler then? I don't think so. They're going to play six bowlers.
yeah. Four spinners will be a luxury. I think so. They'll go with three spinners. I think either Mujib or Noor Ahmad will play for
Yes,
Afghanistan with
yes,
Rashid and
that
Nabi
can be a
there.
possibility.
I think yeah, either Noor or Mujib,
Yeah,
depending
Correct,
upon
because
the opponents also.
yeah, that's true. Because if you look into the bowlers, apart from Fazal Al Faruqi, it's Naveen, it's Omar Zai, and it's Abdul Rahman. Three of them are bowlers who cannot contribute much with the bat, and that's the reason why they will miss a lot of the services of Gulbuddin Naib. And that's the reason why I was saying,
Yeah,
I I don't know much about this team when it comes to their power hitters and set batting lineups. Aryan, about this player who almost won them the game against Sri Lanka, Najibullah Zadran. I think he's a pocket dynamo kind of a player for Afghanistan. He has that experience, but do you still see him having much of a responsibility, or do you see him warming the bench?
no, no. If he warms the bench, then it's the biggest blunder that they can commit, basically, in this World Cup, because he's got the wealth, he's got the experience, and he's kind of a Surya Kumar type player who plays with a high strike rate and turn the game. So he was with us in the Saint Lucia King setup, and he's been all over the world. I think he's in Renegades as well. Been all over the world in the T20 circuit, and ODI is a bit different, but left-hander obviously makes difference in the middle order, and he's a type of player who can control the game as well. So he is the buffer for them, I think, between the bridge between Nabi and the other middle order batsmen. So I think it's essential that you have someone like Najibullah in the team throughout the tournament. So I would be surprised if he's dropped in any of the games.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And we'll not waste much time and we move on to the history. Surprised, not surprised, rather, to see them not taking part in 2003, 7, 11. But 2015 and 2019, if I'm not mistaken, Aryan, we were doing it in backstage while making this, researching about that, that this team has won only one game in the ICC Cricket World Cup Forum.
Yes, against Scotland. That's correct, and they haven't been able to do so well. Shankar sir, are they not equipped to playing out 50 overs? Is that a big reason their batting fails every time they go out?
but of late they have been doing well in the ODIs. Actually, they have done well in Bangladesh. They beat Bangladesh, I think so, the ODI series
Hmm.
recently, and they are capable of
Hmm.
upsetting any team. I can say on their given day, like we saw in Asia Cup, they almost came close to beating Sri Lanka, which is a formidable team. So I think if their batters give them a decent start, their bowlers will do a good job. I think so.
Hmm.
And I think Naveen ul Haq will have an important role this World Cup.
Okay, that's interesting.
Exactly.
But do you go to the fancy of Afghanistan having win the toss, bat first, score a 250 run odd total, and then defend it, or do you go with according to the conditions?
Yeah, actually, Afghanistan usually does well when they put up a score on the board. So their strength is to play first, and I don't think they chase well. They are, in fact,
Yeah,
their target. They set the target, and they allow the bowlers to get them the required wickets. So I think Their strength is win the toss and up to bat first.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
Mhm.
And like one for the we've got the first comment of the day from Deepu says problem is Afghanistan just have a one-dimensional approach to bat first, not realizing the demands of the game and conditions. Just like we were discussing out here, that will one-dimensional approach cost them another game because they will love these conditions. And that's the reason why I'm repeating myself once again. They will love these conditions. Will they be able to make full use of these conditions is something we will definitely come into the play. But moving on to our first trivia question, I ask Aryan to say it out for you. Shankar is a question for you, and it's Aryan who's going to ask it.
So, sir, against which team did Afghanistan in 2015, made their ODI World Cup debut? They played the first World Cup match against which team, if you can remember?
Was it against Australia?
Okay, it's not.
No.
I'll keep it. I'll leave it to the audience. If there is anybody active, we'll wait for 20 seconds. If there is anybody who wants to answer this,
So
otherwise
you
we'll
can give another answer. You can give
yes, you
another
can
answer.
still attempt. You can definitely attempt another answer. It was 2015 was it was played at Australia, but it was not against Australia that they defeated, or they made the debut.
England?
Okay, so it's not just you who is saying England. It's Deepu as well as Sanjay says England. It's not the correct answer. It's time to reveal it. It is Bangladesh. It's
Oh.
Bangladesh with them who they made their debut, but they lost that game. They lost to Bangladesh um, at the ODI World Cup in 2015 in Australia. And there you go. Alex says it's Bangladesh. So you were not quick enough, Alex. Maybe the next time you can be a bit faster so that you win it. But yes, it was against Bangladesh. It's just the first out of the three quiz contests we have in this session. We'll come later on with the other two. And we move on. Aryan, if you can take the last five matches, form of Afghanistan, it looks all red, which means they have lost
Yeah.
all the five games. But Shankar sir, we were talking about the Asia Cup performances. The Asia Cup versus Sri Lanka. When you were watching in front of your television screen, what was the first thing you saw? Was it a management fault, or was it an umpiring fault, or was it a coach fault?
I think it's the fault of the team management. They must be ready with the calculations whenever there's a whether it's a DL duckout Lewis score or any other score. Say for instance, in the match against Sri Lanka, they were required to score the required number of runs in say required number of overs. But
37.1
even after
overs.
that, they had one more chance. If they had scored, I think so within the next two or three balls. If they had scored, say
Yep,
six
they
in
had.
the next two, yeah, they still had a chance. But I think it was a lapse on part of their management.
Because
Exactly.
like we saw in
Exactly.
the next ball, Fazal Al Faruqi defended a full toss, so which understood,
He
which
defended
meant that
three
they
balls.
were
He
not.
defended three balls. He defended three balls. But this team again, my problem with them is they haven't closed the matches. You look at that second game against Pakistan. They were in a winning position. They lost it. Okay, and then again against Sri Lanka. So will they be able to close out the games? I don't know. Shankar sir, if it comes down to that, they have the kind of the depth that they need till Rashid and all. Who is your banker in this batting of this team? Who is your banker and who do you expect to score the most in this World Cup for them, for Team Afghanistan?
See, I think Gurbaz is one of the main batsmen. Then I'll
Hmm.
go with Shahidi. Shahidi is also doing well. And
Hmm.
Ibrahim Zadran, he is also a decent bat. I think so. Their batting will revolve around these three. And
Hmm.
followed by Nabi and all rounders.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
But when it comes to nail biters, just like Aryan mentioned, the second ODI versus Pakistan, probably it was Naseem Shah who won them the game. So nail biters, you need game of nerves, and they lost it again. in those kind of situations, twice against Pakistan. So you think that it's not just disrespecting them, but small teams have less amount of these nerves in such games, Shankar sir?
No, actually, I'll call it their inexperience also. I think as they play more ODIs, I think so they'll come to a strong position. I think they can chase or defend targets. So I think the more they play, I think they'll start doing well. I think so.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
The
And
two matches against Pakistan, which they lost, were very close ones. Actually, it was
Yeah.
anybody's game.
yeah, absolutely. And Deepu says Ibrahim Zadran is the key batter here, more technically sound than Rahmat Shah. Yes,
Yes.
that's correct, but they should be reliant on the top heavy. Their top three or top four batsmen are really good. If one of them click or two of them gets a good enough partnership, they can get some runs on the board. And here is a question, or here's a statement says that having played in the IPL over the years, can Afghanistan fully rely on the spinners who have played on various Indian pitches? So you look into Mujib, who has played for Punjab Kings, if I'm not mistaken, Aryan. Then you have Rashid Khan
Yeah.
playing for Sunrisers as well as now for Gujarat Titans. And then you have Nabi. I think Nabi has also played for Sunrisers Hyderabad. So all the three of
Yeah.
them has IPL experience. So can they, even Noor Ahmed, if you come into the
No, Rahman played
Gujarat
for
Titans,
Titans. Yeah, Gujarat Titans. Yeah.
yeah. So the four of them have Indian conditions and Indian experience. Can they capitalize on them? That is a very important question. But do you think or do you expect them to? Is what my question is, Shankar sir.
Yeah, I think their spinners actually they are well experienced. I think they have played in Indian conditions also. I think Noida was their home ground. I think so. They played couple of
Yeah.
matches there. Yeah, they are used to the conditions in Indian conditions. Plus, almost top players they have played in the IPL. So I think they'll find it easy. And they have come a bit early also. I think so. They have been playing here. So I think they'll have a good feel of the conditions, and I
They
think
are in. They
they'll
have
do.
arrived. Actually, they have arrived. They are in
Yeah,
India. They're in India at the
yeah.
moment
They
as we
they
speak.
are in
So they
Kerala, I
just
suppose.
arrived.
They are practicing in Kerala.
Yeah, exactly. So we can move on,
Yeah,
Pritham.
absolutely. And it's time for the
And
second trivia question, Aryan. And I hand it over to you once again. It's Shankar sir, over to you to answer the question. And Aryan says that.
okay, so same 2015 World Cup. They qualified in the qualifying rounds under which captain for the World Cup, and he continued to be the captain in that World Cup. So that's the question: who was the captain, Shankar sir, under which
It's
Afghanistan
open to
gained the
all.
qualification?
Even the fans can start writing your answers.
Yeah.
We'll say whoever says this first. Shankar,
Was
it's
it
also over to
Nabi,
you.
Muhammad Nabi?
No, you can
Okay,
take another guess.
it
It,
wasn't.
it was not Nabi.
Not Nabi.
Okay, we have already got an answer, but I'll give you. Deep has said the correct answer, but I'll give you one more try, Shankar sir.
Was it Shupur Zadran?
No,
No,
it was not
I think
Zadran.
we've got three
Okay,
correct answers. Pritham, you can show one of them.
yeah, we
Excellent.
have got Deepu saying Asghar Afghan. We have got one more Asghar Afghan. We have got one more Asghar Afghan. Unfortunately, is Rohan says Asghar Stanagza. Is that the same player?
Yeah, same player, same player.
Same player? Okay,
Asghar
everyone is correct.
Stanley.
So the comment section is correct. Unfortunately, Sankasa is incorrect this time as well. I'll show the answer as well. Is this man, Asghar Afghan, who is not part of the squad anymore? I think since the past 2 years, but very vast experience, vast talented player, and we'll continue that. And we have one more coming up very soon. So it's time for the fixtures. Very interesting part of the session is the fixtures where we were eagerly looking forward to. So, like you said, Shankar sir, they kickstart from Dharamsala, but they have 2 games in Delhi, 2 games in Chennai, and 1 game in Lucknow. So, if you look into the teams, if we keep aside the 2 games against at Delhi against India and England, Do you fancy them winning against New Zealand and Pakistan?
Yeah, I think they'll be doing well against New Zealand and say Bangladesh also. Also against Sri Lanka. I think they can beat the three teams. I think Bangladesh, New Zealand, and Sri Lanka. I think they can do well. Netherlands, of course, they can easily beat them. Now, let's
Hmm.
see if they can how they fare against the bigger teams. I think I'll fancy them against New
Yeah.
Zealand, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka.
But
Okay.
even I
Okay.
think even if yeah, Aryan, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was about to say that Pakistan, New Zealand, and then it's Netherlands. So these three games, I fancy them a lot because they are in Chennai. Number
Yeah,
two is that what is Delhi going to produce? Right. If it's the Ferozshah Kotla of old, Afghanistan become three times dangerous. If what we are hearing is that Delhi has become flat, and according to the ICC regulations, then it's a bit of a struggle for Afghanistan. But if it's the same Delhi, then there'll be a challenge. So they have, I don't know about semis, but I think as they say in Hindi, like hum to jayenge, tumhe bhi saath leke jayenge. They're going to be the party poopers for a lot of teams. So that's my gut feeling looking at this, looking at what they have coming up, and what situation will Australia and South Africa be in by the time this game comes? So they can't take Afghanistan lightly for sure. So all will depend on the permutations, combinations. So it's going to be interesting. I'll have a keen eye on Afghanistan in this World Cup.
Yeah, definitely. It says
Dharamsala.
Dharamsala was Afghanistan's home ground against Ireland, probably in 20 somewhere down the line.
Uh,
But against
I think it was.
Bangladesh, will that be? Yep,
I think it was Noida or Lucknow. Noida only.
it could be. But do you
Yeah.
think versus Bangladesh, will that be an even Stevens game, or will you see it as an advantage to any of the sides because they faced each other very recently? They are both are I feel equivalent sides. But do you see any advantage to any of them kick starting the campaign because it will be a first game for both the sides?
It's for me.
Yeah, yeah, it's for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the game against Bangladesh at Dharamsala, it's a day game. I think
Yeah,
the team winning the toss will have some advantage. I think if it favors swing, I think Bangladesh have got decent bowlers. Taskin is there, Shariful Islam is there, and Hassan Mahmood is there. So
yeah.
depends upon the condition. If it favors swing, I think Bangladesh will do well. Otherwise, I think if it's a flat wicket and there's not much swing, I think then it will favor Afghanistan.
Yeah, let's see. We will definitely see that when the time comes. But let's see if they can make it a happy October for them because till the time they reach in the month of November, keeping aside Netherlands and going into the two big guns, can they win at least 5 out of the 7 games? Because I have minimal expectations against India, not to take it because of biasness, but against India and against probably England, it will be tough. But the rest 5 of them or rest 6 of them, they can definitely challenge the oppositions. It's going to be interesting because of the conditions. Just to look into. We move on. Aryan, you can take the playing 11 into the play now.
Yeah. So, um, I think what we did was we just drafted Josh Butler into the Afghanistan side. That's not Josh Butler. That isn't Josh Butler. That would be okay. Preetham has Riaz Hassan. That would be, I think, Najibullah Zadran. Okay.
Najibullah
So
Zadran.
we have basically we have top three same for everybody. That's Gurbaz, Zadran, and Rahmat Shah, and the captain at four. So top four are the same. If you look at the bowling, it's Faruqi, Mujib, Omar Zai is also there, Rashid, Nabi. So yeah, we three have gone with the bowlers, which are also the same. Only 5 and 6 are the debatable points. For everybody, Nabi is 5, he's 6. So I think we all have our playing 11s. The people in the watching can also put their playing 11 out if there's any change. So, Shankar sir, reasons behind your playing 11. Uh, if you just to conclude this slide, because we all have the same, so there isn't much any difference.
Yeah,
But there is
actually,
one.
these two, Rahmanullah Gurbaz and Ibrahim Zardan, have been doing well as opening pair. Of course, Rahman Shah is there, and their captain also has been doing well. So, top four, I think I'm expecting much from them. Then followed by their all-rounders, Mohammad Nabi, and there is one
But
Azmatullah Umar Zai. I've not heard much about him, but he's a decent all-rounder, I suppose.
he's more of a bowling all-rounder, not like a
Not all.
batsman like Rashid Khan. But yes, he's somebody who can contribute a little bit. But Shankar's a big question mark for from my end to you is that no Mujib or Noor Ahmed in your side. Reason behind Afghanistan love to play with three spinners.
I had gone for Mujib or Noor Ahmed. I think instead of Joss Butler, it must come Mujib or Noor Ahmed.
Okay, all right, all right. So it could be one of them. So then that is
Yeah, one
the
of them, depending upon the conditions. Yeah.
okay, okay. That's definitely be there. But Deepu says that they'll definitely miss a third seamer here. So that's the difference between my 11 and the others is that they like Shankar has gone with Omar Zai, Naveen, and Fazal Faruqi, while Aryan has gone with Naveen, Faruqi, and Omar Zai. The same. Well, I've got with just two is that of Faruqi and Omar Zai. Maybe because I want to see this combination happening in Delhi, which Rohan is pointing out. I want that person to be in fresh legs, to be very honest. But do you think, according to the conditions, they will make changes, Aryan, or do you think they will play a set 11?
I think one or two changes. Otherwise, it's a set 11.
Yeah, even we think so. So there's nothing much to change in terms of the playing 11, I suppose. And it's time to move into the third and final trivia question, the quiz question. Shankar sir, it's time for you to get off the mark. You are yet to open your account. It's the final try. Let's see. Aryan, once again, you take it over.
Okay, who was the highest wicket taker in the 2019 World Cup for these guys?
2019 World Cup. Okay.
Which happened in England. Who was the highest wicket taker for them?
Rashid Khan or
Okay.
Gulbuddin Naib, one among these.
Okay. We have got your answer. We'll just hold for the
No, your
audience.
first. Yeah, your first answer is incorrect. You can have a second go.
And I'll wait for the audience to see if they can answer them. Uh, okay, another person says Gulbadim Naib. Krishna Gopal says Gulbadim Naib is incorrect.
Mm,
I'll wait for 10 more seconds. Anybody else has any answer for Afghanistan's leading wicket taker in 2019 World Cup that happened in England?
Mohammad Nabi.
Okay, we'll wait. We'll
yes,
see if.
you got it. So,
Yeah. Okay, no more waiting game. It's correct. It's Mohammad Nabi who was the leading wicket. And finally, Shankar says off the mark. So it's good to hear
Oh,
that.
great.
It is Mohammad Nabi who was the highest
10
wicket
wickets.
taker in the 2019 World Cup for Afghanistan. It was 10 wickets, more than Rashid. And probably Mujib even was part of that, more than Mujib as
Right.
well. So we go to the top four predictions. It was yesterday. Surinder Paji was there with us. Today it's you. You have given the same predictions as Aryan. So there's not much to look into. But I want to ask you the reason behind you have selected Pakistan. I would be very frank with this, but the reason behind selecting Pakistan, Shankar sir, do you still see them as that threatening?
See, Pakistan actually they usually do well in the World Cups. Keeping that in mind, and also their team combination, I think they got a very good bowling attack. The problem is with their spinners. I think if Shadab and the left arm spinner do well, I think they're in with a chance of making it to the semis.
Yeah, could be because looking into the fact that they are considering Usama Mir part of the squad as well, because Shadab is not being that threatening in terms of his bowling. But there are a lot of things to be looked into. I think they haven't yet announced their squad as well, right, Aryan?
Yeah,
So
they've announced their squad.
Pakistan,
Yeah, they announced it.
have they? Oh, they have announced it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Pakistan today, I think Sri Lanka and Bangladesh have announced the squad. So, but yes, if we
Hassan
looked
Ali
into
has
they.
come in.
Yes, Hassan Ali is part of the squad.
Hassan
Correct.
Ali.
Yes, but they will miss
So Gopal
the
Gopal says
sources
India, South
of.
Africa, New
Yeah,
Zealand, England. So he's knocking Australia out of the tournament. And by the way, for everyone who's watching this, who are Indian fans, Australia is fooling us. So don't go on these games. They're fooling us really, really well. And tomorrow also they'll fool us, and then they'll come out
but
hard in
Aryan,
the World Cup.
I completely agree. If Krishna Gopal has thought about this and given his prediction, if you look into the fixtures of Australia, the top first 5 games is not easy. They are facing
Yeah,
back to back
all
big
are tough.
teams.
All are tough. All are
So
tough. I
it's
know.
not
Yeah.
easy if they're coming from a run of an ODI series defeat against South Africa and then this hammering from India's B team. I'll be very honest, the B team of India team, and they are getting this kind of a performance. But if Australia do not make to the semi-finals, I'll be not be surprised. We're making them part of the
Hmm.
semi-finals just because they're successful in the ICC events. But they have a very strong fixtures coming at least in the first half of the tournament, and that's the reason why maybe if Gopal has thought about that and said, I completely agree to him. But yes, Shankar sir, reason why you have not opted for my fourth team, that is South Africa.
South Africa, main thing is they are not consistent at the internet, that is ICC events. That's why I went for say Pakistan, India, Australia, and England. South Africa lack that consistency.
And do you think that the miss of Heinrich Nokia will be a bigger blow for them?
Yeah, he has got that experience of having played in India during the IPL, and he has done well in Indian conditions. So that will be a big loss for the South Africans. But however, they got a decent attack. They have got Rabada and Lungi Nikiti to start up, and I think bowling attack is good enough for South Africa. If the batsmen
Yeah,
come good, I think they'll have a good World Cup.
Okay,
yeah,
Pakistan,
surely
no
that.
chance. Middle order issues. So he's knocking Pakistan. So who do you want? You're knocking Pakistan out. You're knocking us. Still, so he already said. So he's not in having
He
five.
has given his, yeah, correct. He doesn't have
Yeah.
Pakistan in his
Okay.
top four.
Okay.
All right, and then we move on to the leading
Yeah.
wicket takers and run scorers slot. And Shankar sir, no surprises, has given Shubman Gill, but you've gone with Adam Zampa, an interesting pick which none of us
Interesting.
has.
Yeah, why I
Obviously,
went
there
with
will be many others, and
yeah,
yeah,
why I went for Zampa is actually when Zampa comes in to bowl, actually many try to hit him off the attack. Sometimes he get you wickets. Once he starts getting wickets early, I think he'll end up 3-4 wickets in that match. And if he goes for runs, he goes for plenty. That's what's happening with Zampa during the last 4-5 ODI games. I think, but he's a very good spinner for the ODI format. So I think he has a good chance of topping the wicket charts.
yeah, definitely. He definitely has, and he loves playing in India. Maybe this time he hasn't been at his
Yeah,
best, but he loves playing in India.
he's
But okay, and
Okay.
Gopal says leading wicket taker is Trent Bolt. Wow. And leading run scorer is Aryan's favorite Henrik Klassen. Very interesting choices,
Kalesh.
but yeah,
So we
very
were
interesting.
just talking about Kalesh yesterday. We had a lengthy discussion on him. So Heinrich Klaassen, very much possible, but Trent Bolt, another left arm seamer added into the equation with mine Shaheen Afridi. So very interesting, very interesting. And yeah, let's see. We have one, two, three, four. We have eight more predictions to come. So let's see if there is any difference. in the coming
Because
days.
I see Indian openers are being consistent in terms of runs, which is not surprising. But the bowling attack, bowling wicket takers is being different opinions. It is good to see, but there is no difference yet so far. We had two guests already in our show, but before we go to the final show, it says that uh, with pitches tiring out later, which means he's going to the second half of the tournament, Zampa will be ideal contender. Not just Zampa, it will be all the spinners will love playing in conditions. But let me tell you, it's India. India has so many grounds. Every ground has got a maximum of 5 games or 4 games, which makes it that not that difference. If every ground has one or two pitches, there's not going to be that of a difference. But yes, this can be definitely looked into. Deepu says leading run scorer. He said it yesterday as well. Quinton de Kock, another differential, and Mohammad Siraj. Oh, Shankar sir, you have to tell me how Mohammad Siraj single-handedly won the Asia Cup final for us.
Yeah, Siraj, he's improved leaps and bounds. I think he'll have a very good role to play in this World Cup. I think he'll make the first 11. I think he along with Bumrah will start. I think so, and I think they'll rotate the bowlers also to give them some rest. And Shami also has got a decent chance of making it to the 11. And if they rest either Bumrah or Siraj, so these three will be there for the two spots.
Yeah,
That's
surely
for
that.
sure. Yeah.
And we missed out on one slide, and definitely we'll go into that. There has been no difference out here,
Oh,
no difference as of yet.
yeah.
We
So
have to we
that's
had
why
to
I
guess.
missed out. That's why I skipped it. That's why I skipped it. Everyone, we all are from India, so obviously we'll back India to win. So yeah.
But yes, we all want the home team or the trophy to come home. Fingers crossed. We'll not discuss much about them, as Aryan did yesterday, also today, also touchwood, that we don't discuss about any of them, and we continue with that. But Shankar sir, it was wonderful having you and your experience in having us a conversation with you. Thank you so much for joining. It's time to conclude the session. Thank you, each and every one of you who was part of the comment section and enjoyed the quiz as well. We'll continue the quizzes. We'll continue having conversations tomorrow. It's day 3 of the marathon. It's against New Zealand. Tomorrow it's squad analysis of New Zealand. We move on from the Blues to the Black Caps. But before that, Shankar sir, thank you so much for being part of us.
Yeah. Pleasure being part of your show, Pritham and Aryan. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Aryan. And it's time to conclude this show. Thank you so much, Gopal, for saying that. It's time we end
Thank
this
you,
show. It was
Gopal.
Afghanistan.
Thank you.
It was Afghanistan. They are underdogs. We all three of us said that. We wish them all the best. They have really good conditions to play well, good cricket, and let's see what they can produce in this ICC Cricket World Cup 2023. Till then, thank you so much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Thank
Don't
you.
forget to subscribe to the Fifth Number and the Directed. Till then, thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.